So the carnivore diet is really interesting, and I experimented with the carnivore diet. I wrote a book about the carnivore diet, and this gets to like the next level. So first level, for listeners, for the audience, just minimize or cut out ultra-processed foods. You will be healthier. Meat, plants, you're going to be so much better. We can skip a few levels down here, and we'll probably get back to the middle. In individuals who have autoimmune conditions, I think, and again, this is very granular, that we're zooming in with a microscope here. In individuals with autoimmune conditions, so I had eczema and asthma. These associate. I think Jordan Peterson and his daughter and his family tend to have this kind of autoimmune arthritis, you know, whether it's a juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, it's some sort of inflammatory arthropathy, meaning the immune system is attacking the joints. Again, Western medicine wants to put a name on it. It's an autoimmune condition that manifests in their family a certain way. And
I should tell you that while he was doing that, I was dealing with alopecia areata and had lost huge portions of my hair. And the medications that I got were far worse than losing the hair.
And so this is a perfect example. This is an autoimmune condition, and Western medicine says your alopecia areata is different than Jordan Peterson's rheumatoid arthritis. But I would say no. That's just your body manifests this autoimmune inflammation here. His does it here, right? And so the solution could be the same for both of you, is what I'm saying. Because the problem with Western medicine saying there's 10,000 diseases is, well, we need 10,000 drugs or 30,000 drugs. And we have to have specialists that become balkanized and only think about this, right? This is the problem for people. Only think about their specific realm, you know? You're going to go see a specialist and he's only going to think like, oh, he's losing his hair. I'm thinking about this. But Jordan's going to go see a specialist.
Literally what I did. I mean,
you know, like, an autoimmune specialist who's only thinking about the knee. So I think that there are some foods that many people consider healthy. And again, we're drilling down. We're very zoomed in here. Some foods that many people consider healthy that do trigger immune activation in some individuals, not everyone. And this is kind of the genesis of the carnivore code, and an animal-based diet is maybe a less intense version of the same thing. These are interventions mostly, I think, that are effective for people with autoimmune conditions. I had eczema, you had alopecia areata. And so what I have begun to say to people, I think, which is a better framing, is if you're thriving, don't change a thing, you know? But if you're not thriving, if you have alopecia or an autoimmune thyroid condition or inflammatory bowel disease or a skin condition, look at your diet. Start with ultra-processed foods, get those out, and, you know, improve the quality of the foods in your diet. And if you get to a point where you're eating unprocessed animal foods and unprocessed plant foods, and you're still having this condition, okay, this is where we get to this idea that some foods, some plant foods, for some people like Jordan, that a lot of people think of as healthy, might still trigger the immune system in some people. So what happens with him, evidently, is he cuts out salads, things we think of as healthy, whole grains, they're supposed to be healthy, right? And his autoimmune condition gets better. So that's a fascinating thing.
Is the crazy part of this that much of it really is common sense that just sort of became uncommon? Because when you basically say to me, oh, so just eat meat and, you know, vegetables, or you can have some fruits, it's like, oh, that's basically what I've been doing. I actually don't think about it that much, but I've gone very hardcore on red meat and vegetables and pretty much cut out sugar. And then you just see the results. And then, like, it's not rocket science to a certain extent.
I mean, back to the food pyramid, right? We were told for so long that 12 servings of whole grains? I forget the number. Like, you need 12 servings. You have to eat pasta, Dave.
As if we're all wired exactly the same. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And
we come from different places.
And our genetics are individual. And I think that some people react to different foods differently. Because for me, I even know, and this is where you get to sort of the carnivore, which is extreme in many lights. I think a lot of vegetables don't play well with my body. And I think a lot of vegetables don't play well with Jordan or his daughter, Michaela. You might be able to eat vegetables. That's great. And I think that that's where people can kind of figure it out for themselves.